Welcome to the Broke to Rich podcast. I'm your host Hendrik, and I'm sharing with you a normal 20-year-old guy who got the wild idea on his mind to try out various methods to earn money and become successful in life. Follow me on this journey and discover the best methods to earn money and become the best version of yourself. No filter, just raw.
Welcome to episode 9 of the Broke to Rich podcast. Today I have a bunch of topics to talk about, starting off with influences. And after the influences, we're going to talk about how to import reviews on Shopify. So your site looks more trustworthy and people are willing more to buy your product. So let's start off with the good and bad influences. I'm going to start off with people that are bad influences for you. You should choose your friends wisely and the people you surround yourself with. Because if you want to succeed in making money online, you're always going to have people that are bad for you, that don't want you to make the money, that don't think it's possible, and people that will keep you away. Myself, I encounter this a lot. I have a lot of people, especially here in my family, people that don't think it's possible to make money doing these things. But I'm pretty confident we will one day succeed. And even if I don't succeed, I really enjoy making this podcast for you guys. So I don't care. I'm happy to be here. And even if the podcast only gets 2 views, I don't care. I'm just enjoying making these podcasts. But let's now dive into the topics, with first being bad influences. So who are bad influences? Like I said, people that don't believe in you, that keep you away from work. Also people that are bad influences. So let's say you have friends that like to go out in the weekend, but you don't want to go out in the weekend because you know if you go out next day you're not going to be able to wake up early and you're going to ruin your sleeping pattern and you're not going to be able to wake up early the next day to get to work. So that are people that you don't want to surround yourself with. Try to keep them a bit away. You can keep them anyways as friends, but try to spend less time with them. And for example, say a bit more often, no, I don't go out this weekend. I prefer staying a bit more at home and working on my projects I have. And that's something I do really often. Like today after the podcast, I'm going for a swim in the river with my friends because it's really hot out here, but the previous summer, I did this basically every day. Now I do this like once a 2 weeks or something, you know. I try to cut it off more and more just to be able to work on my projects. But also, who are also bad influences? People that don't support your products. It could be friends, people in your family. Most likely it are your parents saying you can't make a living from this. You need to continue your studies. This is something I really experienced myself. My parents are not supportive at all. They think I should for sure continue my studies and look for a real job during the holidays to do. But I just don't care. I keep doing this, not only because I might make money from it, but mainly because I enjoy it. It's something I really want to do for the rest of my life, if possible. Obviously, it's not going to be possible if I keep having 2 views on my podcast, but maybe in the future, you know, I will just keep making them. We have 3 months of holidays. After 3 months, we will look at the situation again. Else, we're just going back to school, you know. So then you have people that are haters. You can encounter them, especially when you're making a podcast like this. I already had hate comments on TikTok.
People saying that I was trying to imitate famous people.
I'm definitely not. I don't care about what people think. Instead, I just try to use that hate to come back stronger, you know? And that's something beautiful about life, about making these things, is you might fail, but you can use the failure to come back stronger and to have your lessons, you know? And that's mainly what I do when I get those hate comments is just don't care and keep working, because people that hate are jealous, or they're never gonna achieve something like this. They are not this motivated and don't want to. They're not interested in making content or working on those projects, But now let's go to the good influences, because we have had a lot of negativity till now. And now I want to go to the people that you want to surround yourself with. People that teach you, people you can learn from, people that already made mistakes, so you don't have to make the same mistakes again. And I think that's important. And I'm having difficulties searching for those people, but I think I can look a bit better for them, because obviously you can say, oh no, I don't know people that are like that. But maybe you know those people that are like that, but you didn't know that they are in the same business as you do. Actually, since I started in this, in the beginning, I was really close to my friends about it. Now I told some of my friends about dropshipping and stuff I do. And I discovered I had a friend that did like eBay marketing, like buying products and selling them on eBay. It's like the same as dropshipping, basically. I had a friend that was into investing, which is also really interesting. And at the end of the day, these people can be really good influences. If I one day want to start one of those two businesses, help me a step into that world, they can open a complete new world for me and feed me with information I can use for that. But obviously, you have to give something back. You cannot only receive information, but we'll get into that in a bit. Let's continue on the good influences. So you need somebody that pushes you to your limit. Somebody that pushes for you, that wants you to succeed, that at the moment you say, oh, today I don't feel like working, says like, no, you can't just take a day off. You have to continue working, Now you should take days off. That's not completely true. I normally, on the Sunday, I take a day off. I completely be distracted from work. I don't work at all. And on Monday, I'm fresh and new for a new week. And I can just go all in. But you need people that push you out of your comfort zone. If you keep being in your comfort zone, you're not going to go anywhere. I took this step. Making a podcast like this is stepping out of a comfort zone. It's showing your face on YouTube. It's talking to people in YouTube. You have to get out of your comfort zone. And at last, you want friends that are honest with you. They don't lie. Let's say at the moment you make a website that looks bad, that they say, oh, this website actually looks bad. You should probably change things about this, because this is not going to succeed. If you have those friends that are completely honest and say like, oh, this looks bad, that are good friends. And especially, that's like, I normally submit my stuff to the Discord server from Jordan Welch. If they weren't completely honest with me, I will just be spending money on ads and stuff when they already knew it was not going to succeed, And you want to have friends that are like that. They see your site and say, oh, like, look, you can do that better and that, instead of saying, oh, yeah, it looks good. No, you want to have people that actually correct you on what you're doing wrong. So those are the people that are, those are the things you want to see in good influences, people that you want to have as friends. So now it's not only about taking. You obviously have to be a good friend for them back. You need to be a good influence for your friend as well. You need to give some of your knowledge back. You have to push the other person also all the way. Because you want to be a good influence as well. Because if people see that you're being a good influence, you will automatically have people wanting to help you as well. If you don't give back, nobody's willing to help you. But how to find those people? So the first one is the most obvious one. It's just going to public places and just searching for people around there. You can just go to like Starbucks or go to a library or something and look for people that are working on this project. Because there are lots of people that don't work at home, but they decide in the beginning to go to a library or something, to work in a public space, maybe in the train, maybe at a coffee shop or something. Just go to those places and look for people. They can easily appear over there. They might be there and you don't even know it. Those people might be closer to you than you even know. Like I had with some of my friends. And that's also a thing. You can be more open to your friends. Say to your friends, oh, I have a business. And maybe you find some friends you actually spend a lot of time with, but you didn't know that they were also into one of these things. Because in the beginning, when I started, I was like, oh, I'm going to keep this secret for everybody. So I could just work in silence, but that's not how it worked, I ended up discovering that I had friends that also did their own businesses, and that's actually funny, What you can also do is look online. You can join communities, obviously. There are lots of communities where you can find people. Like the Viral Vault Discord server, I could probably also try to reach more people. Personally, I don't know, but I don't use this too often. I should. Sometimes I get a message, I try to engage, but I never get to the point of asking the people to hop on a Discord call or something. Because the people that normally message me are not that interesting in getting better or something. I don't know what it is, but like I need to go more into those Discord servers and try to slip into people's DMs. Like I said, I'm also looking for somebody to work with. So if you're interested, if you're like, oh, this is actually a pretty good podcast and this topic is all good, I really need to look for somebody that wants to work with me, you can always send me a DM. Doesn't matter what time you see this podcast, even if you decided to watch this podcast 3 years after it came out, you can always send me a DM. Even if I become famous, even if this actually works out, even then, I'm always available to help people. But now let's dive into the topic. This is actually the last step for our site. If we finish this step, we have our site ready. And that's adding the reviews on Shopify. So for this, I use an application called trusto.io. You can search it up in the app search bar on top of the Shopify menu. So when you have installed the app on the Shopify place, you can go to a place called Review Widgets. That's the first place we're going. It should be left on the left of your screen somewhere where you can find the application, and there must be somewhere a place saying Review Widgets. I'm not going into many steps. I'm just gonna say you can customize it the way you want it. Doesn't matter a lot. It's really how you like to do it. But yeah, just play around a bit with it, experiment. And next up, we want to import the reviews. So for this, you want to go to AliExpress. You can just copy the link and you can put the link into your product, So try to find the exact same products and just import the reviews from there. If you have a budget, if you want to spend money, you can also get them from Amazon. The reviews on Amazon are a little bit more high quality. So if you really have the budget, it might be something you should consider. But when you have those reviews imported, make sure to select the right ones. Take out the trash reviews that are talking bad about your product. The 1-star and 2-star reviews, I think, should be sorted out automatically. But search the best ones up, especially the ones with images are really good. and the ones that are describing the problems that it solves. People that talk about the size of it, of a product maybe, and that talks about details of the product, things like that. And reviews that confirm that the product is like it said in the description. So after you implemented the reviews, you want to go to the tab saying collect reviews. So you should put the first one, automatic reviews, on purchase and on 20 days. After that, you should put review discount on, and the percentage depends on the product margin. And because I don't have a lot of margin on my product, I put like 10%, but if you have a good margin on your product, you can probably put that up just to make people come back to your store and buy more stuff. You should put it on 21 days. That's the best option. And in last, this one is really important, managing new reviewers. So you want to put there 4 stars and up, just so people can put the reviews in there if they really like the product. 4 stars is still a good rating. I don't recommend you putting under it, because then it might scare people if somebody doesn't like your product or something, because it might happen. But then we have all the settings for the reviews, and you're ready to launch your ad. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode, is making an ad. And also we're going to talk about setting your goals. This is something I might have had talked about earlier. I should have talked about this earlier, because now we're almost at the end of the progress. We're already going to making an ad. But it's going to be an interesting topic, so make sure to listen to that. So next up, we want to dive into the homework. I think the homework is really obvious, but I want to change it a little bit. So the first one is adding your reviews to Shopify, which is like the most obvious, but I also want you to look for somebody that can help you getting better in dropshipping. Again, if you're looking for somebody, I'm always available. Just send me a DM on Instagram or TikTok, or leave it down here in the comments. I'm always willing to help to get you to your first store and start launching your products. So if you have any questions, you can leave them down here in the comments, and you can always send me a DM on Instagram. So now we're almost finishing. Next episode, we're diving into the ad. And that was it for today. So thank you for watching.
Thank you for listening to this episode. You helped me accomplish my dream by listening to this podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure to follow and share it with a friend. And remember, I'm on a journey for a reason, which is getting you to be the best version of yourself. That was it for today. So Hendrik, out.